Good morning, everyone. Caron, and I teach Iyengar Yoga for the Casco Bay YMCA. So today, let's start by sitting in a cross-legged position, swastikasana, with your shins crossed in the center. Roll the buttock flush back and sit on the fronts of your sit bones. Feel your sit bones root down into the earth. Press your knees down and lift the sides of your waist. Lift the sides of your waist, and as you root down, lift your trunk all the way up through your armpits. Keep that lift from the front of the trunk, the back of the trunk, and the sides. Lift your ribs off of your waist. Roll your shoulders back. Roll your upper arms out. Take a deep breath up into your chest to spread your collarbones and broaden your chest. And then draw your hands together in Namaskar. Let your eyes relax and close. Let your ears relax and your earlobes hang down to the ground. So whatever muscles you don't need to keep your trunk lifting and your sit bones rooting, relax those muscles. Let's say 3 ohms together. So inhale. Oh. Relift your chest, roll the shoulders back, and with a broad and lifted chest, exhale and bow your head to your heart. Take your hands to your thighs. Gently lift your head and let your eyes open. Today we're going to be working on poses for the lower back and quadriceps because everything is connected. So if your quadriceps and your groins are tight, it's going to punch you into your lower back. You need to lengthen those muscles to keep your lower back long and strong. So we'll start laying on our back. You'll need a couple of blankets or towels and a strap, which can be a belt from your pants or a belt from your bathrobe. And we may or may not need a block or 2. Those can be substituted by large books or dictionaries. Hopefully you have 2 that are approximately the same size. And what we're going to do is first start by laying down with the legs at a 90-degree angle. And in this position, you can press, you have to come to a wall. Press your feet into the wall and lift your buttocks up and drag the buttock flush away from the back in that direction toward the wall. Then you can allow your abdomen to relax down to your lower back and feel the lower back on the floor. And then just see if you can articulate your spine just by rocking your pelvis. So you can feel each vertebrae slightly lift the tailbone and then roll it back down. Slightly lift the tailbone. You can press your feet into the wall to lift the tailbone and then roll the tailbone back down. And just get a feel. It's almost like you're giving yourself a little lower back massage. Keep the hands on the belly at this point to relax the belly. Because the belly and the lower back should be together. They support each other. They are friends. So let the lower back rest on the lower spine. Let the abdomen rest on the lower spine. And then feel the lower spine as you rock, just gently. You can't probably even see what I'm doing, but just gently roll up and down the lower spine in this position. And then draw the arms up to the ceiling and straighten the elbows while you draw the shoulders back and down, the outer shoulders down to the ground. So don't let the shoulders come up, roll them down, and at the same time stretch the elbows straight and the fingers straight. Spread the fingers apart and stretch the bones through the skin. So as you roll the shoulders down, shoot the arm bones and finger bones up. And see if you can stretch the skin on your hands by really reaching the bones through the skin. And then draw the arms back, keeping the elbows straight, back toward the wall behind you. If this hurts the shoulders, you can broaden the hands, widen the hands a little bit. And you should feel that this feels really good on the back. Stretch, if you can stretch directly back, you can stretch the vertebrae apart. Inhale, exhale. One more stretch. See if in this position you can feel the shoulder blades pressing up into the back ribs and down toward the tailbone. So use your shoulder blades here. Inhale, exhale the arms back up toward the ceiling, back down to the stomach, and then take your feet close to the floor and wiggle back. And as you wiggle back, allow the skin of your back to be drawn toward your heels. You'll feel that this helps the shoulder blades lengthen down and also the lower spine. So then again, now in this position, your lower back doesn't have quite as much contact with the floor. So curl your tailbone slightly up toward the pubic bone to keep that length of the lower back. Now press your feet together, the big toe ball mounds of the feet, and make sure your heels are pressing strongly into the wall. So reach your heels into the wall, feet are together, and then press the thighs down from the top of the thigh down to the bottom of the thigh. And open the backs of your legs. So as if I was coming with a giant rolling pin and rolling down your leg from the top of the thigh down, pass through the knee, through the shins, and trying to get as much of the back of your leg on the floor as possible. And now, again, lift the arms, roll the outer shoulders down, stretch the elbows straight, and then draw the arms over the head and stretch your body from one end to the other. This should feel good. Inhale, stretch long, exhale, take the arms back. And now, if you notice, now I notice my feet are a little lighter at the wall, so I want them to have firm contact. So I'm going to bend in a little bit, and then again, press myself away. Press my thighs down. And now fold your fingers in
Baddha Anguliasana. Turn the palms up. Roll those outer shoulders down to the floor and then stretch the palms up toward the ceiling. Stretch the elbows straight as you keep the outer shoulders down. And then inhale the arms overhead and stretch from your palms reaching for the back wall to the soles of your feet, pressing into the wall. Inhale up into the collarbones. Exhale the arms back to the ceiling. Change the cross of the fingers so the other finger's on top and turn the palms up toward the ceiling. Stretch the arms up to the ceiling as you roll the outer shoulders down. Really stretch your inner elbows and look at them because your elbows may be bent and you don't even realize it. So stretch them straight, squeeze the elbow caps into the inner elbows and press the thighs down. And now inhale the arms overhead. Stretch long, long and strong. End to end, you're getting longer and longer. Inhale up into the collarbones and chest. Spread them. Exhale the arms back overhead. Stretch the elbows one more time. And then release the hands down to the belly. Now, bend your right leg into your chest and pull it in. Try to keep the outer hip, the leg, the hip of the knee you're pulling in, reaching for the wall so that the side of your waist stays long and your hips remain in line. Even as you're pulling the knee toward your chest, your hip is going toward the wall. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and then take your right hand out to the, your left hand out to the left, palm down as you take your knee and pull it to the side. Reach your left leg strongly into the wall. And keep the left hip from rolling up. So keep the left hip down as you take the right knee to the right. And then draw the knee back. Slide the heel away. I'm going to come in a little closer to the wall again so I have that good contact with the wall. And then I'll bend my left knee and pull it gently into my chest. Now the right leg, as you see, is not bending up. It's straight. If you have a lower back pain here, you can bend that way. So you shouldn't though. Bend your knee into your chest, press your lower back down to the floor, and press your right thigh down to the floor. Inhale, exhale, keep the left hip now reaching for the wall to keep the left side of the waist long as you pull the left knee in toward the chest. Now take the right arm out to the right at shoulder height and press the palm down as you take the knee to the side. Take the knee to the side, but don't let the right hip come up. Keep it pressing down. Keep the right leg straight into the wall and from the top of the thigh down to the floor. And breathe. Let the inner groin on the left side to the inner knee stretch. And then take that leg back up. Come back to Supta Tadasana, Tadasana on your back. And then bend your right knee and now take your strap. Take the strap around the sole of the foot and take the foot directly 90 degrees up to the ceiling. Straighten both knees. Tighten both knees and reach your heel from the back of the knee all the way up. Reach the up to the inner ankle, stretch. And the left leg now is flat on the floor. The left heel is reaching into the wall. This is really good for lower back and sciatica. And you may feel it in your groins. Your groins are getting stretched. Your abdomen is working. It's strengthening to support the lower spine. And then take both straps in the right hand. Take the left hand across the room at shoulder height. Press the palm down. And then hold as high up, so your arm should be straight, as high up on the strap as you can, keeping the knee straight. If this is too hard, bend the knee and take the leg out to the side. But if you have the hamstring flexibility, take this leg out to the side, to the right, and tighten the outer hip muscle. Suck the outer hip into the hip. Don't let the left side come up as you take the right leg to the right. So press that upper thigh down to the floor as you take the right leg out to the right. Reach from the inner groin of the right leg to the inner ankle of the right leg, and press from the inner groin of the left leg into the heel, which is pressing strongly into the wall. Press the top of the left thigh down. Take the leg back up. Now change hands and hold on with the left hand. Now take the right hand across the room at shoulder height. Press the palm and draw this leg across the body. So now you're taking the leg over your body, across the body, but you're not coming up off the floor. Keep this hip down. Just feel the stretch along the outer thigh and hip. Don't lose your left leg. Keep that straight and strong. Take the leg back up and release it. If you need to scoot in a little bit, go ahead. Now, bend your left leg. The strap goes around the arch of the left leg. The leg is at 90 degrees, perpendicular to the floor. Keep your shoulders down. You can bend your elbows out to the side. I'm holding one strap in each hand. And I'm going to press the front of this thigh toward the wall and the front of this thigh toward the floor. Reach from the inner groin up to the inner heel. And the same on the left leg, on the right leg. Reach from the inner groin into the inner heel, but press that heel strongly into the wall as this one reaches for the ceiling. And hold on to both straps with the left hand. Take the right hand across the room. Take that left leg out to the left. Spread the chest, keep the right hip on the floor. So really keep working both legs, even though they're going in different directions. You're reaching out through the inner thighs of both legs, and you're sucking the outer thigh up into the hip on both legs. Squeeze the hollows of the hips together. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, draw the leg back up. Change the hands. Take the left hand across the room and take the left leg across the body to the right. Don't lose the right leg. Keep it really reaching into the wall. Don't let the left hip roll up. You don't have to come all the way over. Just get a nice stretch in the hip. Spread the lower back on the floor as you reach the left arm and take the left leg over the body to the right. And then come back up to perpendicular, and then release that leg and let it come down. Take the arms, feet are together. If you're not into the wall, make sure you are. Press the thighs down, and then hook the thumbs and draw the arms overhead and pull your thumbs apart, spread your fingers apart, reach your heels into the wall, and stretch your body long. Inhale, exhale, change the cross of the thumbs. Deep inhale and stretch your body from end to end. Pull the thumbs apart, spread the fingers apart, and really reach through the armpits. Inhale, exhale, the arms back. Okay. Bend your knees, roll to your side.
And now we're going to work on a little bit of quadriceps stretches. So, laying on your belly, take your left arm so that it's bent with your left elbow under your left shoulder, and your hand comes across to support you so you can be up. And then reach both legs back. They can be together, and bend the right leg. Bend the right leg and then grab it and grab the foot from the inside and then just press down on your foot to stretch your quadricep. Your elbow can go up. If you can rotate your fingers forward, that will help you get your heel down. And just hold here for a minute. Keep pressing the top of the foot down. And breathe into the stretch. Release. This is known as Ekapada Bakasana, one-footed crow pose, one-footed frog pose. And then bend the left knee and grab from the inside and get onto the top, your hand on the top of the foot. Bend the elbow up, and perhaps, it's difficult for me, but perhaps you can rotate your fingers forward to face the shoulder and press that foot down. And lift your chest up by pressing your arm down and really stretch that whole quadricep and groin area. Lean into it. Try it one more time with the arm in front. Bend the right knee. Grab the foot. Press on top of the foot. Maybe you can rotate the fingers down. See if you can get that heel down a little lower this time. Lift the chest. Feel that stretch. Rotate both shoulders down toward the arm. So try to straighten yourself out even as you're doing this. And keep the left leg reaching long. Release. Other leg. Bend the left leg, reach the right leg, hold on to the top of the foot, and stretch that heel down. Press your tailbone down and lift your chest up. Look up. Turn the hand and press that heel lower if you can. Inhale. Feel the stretch in the groin and the quadricep. Exhale, release. Okay. And then come to sit in virasana. So virasana, you may need your block here, or you may need a blanket. I'm going to use a blanket. And it has to be wide enough to support my sit bones. I'm going to come to my knees with my knees together, and then I'll reach to my calves and pull my calves back and out of the way as I sit down on my support. So you might need more support than just a folded blanket. But come and find what you need so that you don't have pain. And then lift your chest. If you do have pain and cannot figure this out, you may mute yourself and let me know, and I will give you, you may unmute yourself and I will give you an alternative pose. But if you're sitting in the pose now, what I'm doing is I'm taking my hands to my feet. So in case you can't see, I'm sitting in between my heels. And the tops of my feet are on the floor. If you have pain in your feet, you can put a blanket under them or a blanket rolled under your ankles if you have pain. Otherwise, you're going to sit here and then take your fingers back to your feet and massage the insides of your feet. Massage your heels. You can use your thumbs to press. You can squeeze the outer foot bones. This is good for your body. We're doing some sort of reflexology. I'm not a reflexologist, but I know it's not going to be bad. It's good to rub your feet because the nerves in the bottoms of your feet are connected to all the nerves and energy channels in your body. Pull your toes apart. Our toes are so used to being stuck in shoes, so pull each one away from the other one. And enjoy that you're sitting in a position that is very rejuvenating for the legs. Squishes all the blood out of the legs, and if you sit here for a few minutes, and then when all the blood comes back in, it's really good for the legs. Okay, so let's try a couple of poses while we're here. Turn the hands out and reach them forward as you lift the chest up. Virasana and virasana. Take the arms up by the ears, stretch the elbows straight, lift the chest and look up. Inhale, exhale, look down. Keep the arms stretching up. Take the arms forward. Change the cross of the fingers. Turn the hands out, stretch them forward. Inhale, up. Press the palms to the ceiling. Notice where my arms are. They're in line with my ears. Stretch your elbows straight. Lift your chest up. Inhale, look up. Exhale, keep pressing the arms, but look down at your chest. Then raise the head to look forward. Take the arms down. Hands to the knees. Compose yourself. Inhale. Exhale. And then rock forward onto the hands and knees. And to release the knees, curl your toes and just trace the toes back and gently straighten the leg. And then reach through the back heel and lift the kneecap up into the back of the knee. Press with your hands and really press your heel back. And that takes all the kink out of your knee. Now do the other side. Trace your toes back, reach through the other heel, press the hands and take that kneecap up into the back of the knee. Okay. Now come into downward facing dog. Spread the hands well. Roll from the pinky to the webbing between the forefinger and the thumb. Notice my hands are slightly above my head of my shoulders and my knees are under my hips. Now curl your toes, press your arms straight and take your hips back from high up on your toes and try by pressing the feet and the hands to get your buttocks as high as possible. And now press the thighs back, press the knees back, and the chins back, and start rolling down the foot and reach the heels for the floor. Press the heels of the hands strongly into the floor to get the heels of the feet closer to the floor. Let the head hang. Roll the upper arms out, lower arms in. Keep those elbows strong. And then walk the feet to the hands. Come up into Ardha Uttanasana. And then Uttanasana. Knees straight. Reach the chest forward. Okay, we're going to do one pose that we use the quadriceps. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Take your block or book, anything you can hold like this. Take your feet wide. We're going to come right into warrior one. So stretch your feet wide. Have the feet facing forward to start. And really stand on those legs. We've been stretching the legs a lot now. I want you to really press the outer feet into the floor. Press the inner foot into the floor. Reach from the inner leg up into the groins. And press the outer leg down into the outer foot. And now from there, reach your trunk up like we did. Now we're rooted through the feet. Reach your trunk up like we did when we were sitting. Grow your trunk high and then press the block straight up to the ceiling. My arms are in line with my ears. Roll your right leg out 90 degrees so it's facing the wall, and then turn your back foot slightly in, or more than slightly. And now it's a bit of a balance pose. So try to roll your back leg slightly inward and reach your arms up. Inhale, exhale, bend the front knee to a square. The knee does not go beyond the ankle. Reach the arms and look up at your block. Press the back heel back. And then stretch your legs straight. Turn around, left leg out, left leg out, right leg in, and now rotate your hips toward the wall to the left and press the block up. My arms are in line with my ears, rotating my chest toward that wall to the left, keeping the elbows straight, bend the left knee to a square. Press the arms to lift your torso off of your hips. Inhale, look up at your block. Exhale, press your legs straight. Turn your foot forward. Take your block down and step your feet together. Good. Okay. Now let's keep working on the knee. So have a little cushion under your knee. You might want a blanket or just double up your mat. And then, hold on. Now, we're going to do some lunging. Take your foot, I'm not going to say this in mirroring. I'm just going to say it the way I'm doing it. I've got my left knee bent at the wall. So it's right in the corner where the floor of the wall, and my toes are going up the wall. I have a piece of cloth here because sometimes my metatarsals hurt when I'm pressing them against the wall. So if that happens, I will just take that piece of cloth. It doesn't need to be much, a washcloth, anything. And then I'm going to take the other foot forward. Oh, and then this will be even more helpful to have the blocks. So I've got my knee in and my blocks. And now I'm going to take the other leg forward like this. And I'm going to lunge into this. So I'm taking my pubic bone forward and lunging. And then I'm going to have my arms straight on the blocks. My hands are on the blocks. And I'm just going to breathe into that stretch. And then maybe I can take my hands to my knee. And then again, you see, I'm taking the stretch into my groin and my quadricep. Taking my tailbone forward to increase the stretch. Lifting my chest, press my hands on my thigh and lift my chest, look up. Look back. And then change legs. Take the knee into the wall. Take the other leg forward and lunge. Lunge and take the chest up. Let the hips drop down toward the floor. And just be careful to not go beyond your edge. This quadricep muscle and the groins are strong, but you don't want to overdo it. So take it easy. That's why we have blocks, so that we have the control. Look up, let the stretch happen. Maybe you can crawl your hands up to your knee. Lift the chest by pressing on the knee. Lift the chest up. Take the groins down. Lift the chest up away as you stretch into that quadricep on the right side and the groin. Look up. Look back. And then come down. We're going to take it just a little bit further. So take your knee back again. Take your leg forward. And now we're going to try to sit up a little higher. So now I'm pressing both hips to the wall. My leg is going to come, my heel is going to come just to the right of my right, or to the left of my left hip. And I'm bringing my back now to the wall. Take your hands to the wall. See if you can take both shoulders to the wall. See if you can reach your arms up the wall. Now this is an incredibly surprising stretch I have found for a lot of people. But because it's like, oh my God, I'm so tight there, I have no idea. Well, this is something to loosen up to help your lower back. Stretch your arms up. The other thing about this stretch is that it gets progressively easier very quickly if you practice it. So try to practice this a couple times a week at least, or every day. You'll get much further along much quicker. Okay, let's do it on the right leg. Take the knee into the wall. If you want to use a piece of cloth under your metatarsal, and then, oops, I did that. And then take my other leg forward into the lunge. take my hands on the blocks and then start walking the blocks back. Maybe I can take my left heel just to the left of my left hip, or my right heel just to the right of my right hip, and start working both hips to the wall. Breathe. Take both shoulders to the wall. Breathe. And take your arms up. Now, I notice that my lower back is reaching in, so I want to press it more toward the wall, and I do feel that in my groin. So by loosening my groins, I can loosen the hip. Stretch up, and then gently come down, and then just come and sit on your heels. I'm not sitting between the heels now, I'm just sitting on the heels. Okay, let's come into downward facing dog one more time. So hands slightly forward of the shoulders, knees directly under the hips, spread the hands, press the arms, press up, press back, get those heels down, and reach. Now draw your belly up to your lower spine and see if you can press your shoulder blades down to get your thoracic spine to lengthen. So the kind of the place in your back that can become a dome in your upper back is straightening. Press the arms, take the thighs back, take the heels back, and stretch the upper thigh, the upper, right under the buttock, that area. Stretch that back, spread your buttock bones. And then walk your hands now toward your feet. Take your head down. Uttanasana. Oops, too close to the wall. And then lift up, point the tailbone down, stand the feet together, Tadasana, roll the shoulders back. Okay. Now we're going to do one back bend. So back bends are very nice. We're kind of all stretched out for this back bend. It's called Virasana, bow pose. Lay on your belly. Pick one foot up at a time, roll the leg inward, stretch the leg away from you, and then lay the leg back down so you're on the center of the top of the thigh, on the center of the foot. And then do the same with the other leg. Pick it up, stretch it out, roll it inward, and lay it down so you're right on the center of the top of the thigh. And now bend your knees and grab the outsides of your ankles. Now we don't want to freak out. Back bends sometimes cause fear and anxiety. So we're just going to stay here till we kind of relax. So curl your tailbone toward the floor. Lengthen your lower back here and let those quadriceps stretch. They should be pretty stretched. And then we're going to lift the head, lift the shoulders, lift the chest, look up, and then maybe you can lift the knees off the floor and take the foot to the ceiling. Look up, work the ankles and the hands against each other to come up higher. Inhale, exhale, release, but hold on to your legs. Now, if it's not accessible for you to hold your ankles, you can take a strap around your ankles. So we always have the strap if you can't reach your ankles. This might make the pose more accessible to you. So hold on to the strap as close to the ankles as possible. And then lift the head, lift the shoulders, roll the chest up, look up, and then take your knees up and your feet up. Look up. Tailbone down, chest up. Reach your feet up. And then come down and relax. And we'll do one more. So catch your breath. And then here we go. Holding on to the strap. Press your tailbone down. Press your pubic bone down. Lift your shoulders up. Look up and roll your chest up from the lower sternum to the upper. And then now lift your knees off the floor. Take your feet up. Take your chest up. Feet up, chest up. Tailbone down. Inhale, look up. Exhale. Release. Let your legs straighten out. Roll them inward and point your toes toward each other and take the heels apart and the arms to the side. And breathe and catch your breath. And then come up. Come to sitting Dandasana. Lift your chest. Take your legs into Upavista Konasana. Wide seated angle pose. Take your heels apart. Press the thighs from the top of the thigh, through the knee, through the shin, through the Achilles. Legs down. Flatten the legs. Remember the rolling pin. Take a rolling pin from the top of the leg. Press that leg down. So the leg from the top to the bottom is flat. Now take your strap and lift your arms. Stretch your arms up. Turn to the right. Pull your right arm and push with your left. Lift your chest, stretch your armpits straight. Inhale, exhale back to center. Press the strap up. Try to break it in half by pulling it apart. Roll your shoulders down and your shoulder blades away from your neck. Feel your neck get freed. And now we're going to twist to the left. So pull with the left arm, push with the right arm, and get that torso around the spine. Now press that strap up and pull it apart. Keep the legs pressing. Inhale, come back to center. Press the arms, exhale, release. Take the strap around the right foot. Hold on with the right hand. Take the left hand around behind your left hip. Inhale, exhale, twist to the left. Look over the left shoulder. Inhale, press the hand, lengthen the spine up, lift the chest up. Exhale, twist to the left, look over the left shoulder. Inhale, exhale, release. Take the left hand on the strap now. Sit up straight, press the legs down. Right hand behind the right hip. Inhale the chest up, exhale, twist to the right. You can bring the left arm forward to twist yourself around. Twist to the right, look over the right shoulder. Inhale, exhale, release. Change legs. Holding onto the straps with the left hand, the straps are now on the left foot. Take your right hand behind your right hip, reach your chest up, inhale, exhale, twist to the right. Keep the legs long, reaching and pressing down. Inhale up into the chest. Exhale, twist around and look over the right shoulder. Inhale, exhale, release forward. Then change hands. So now it's your right hand holding the strap. Sit up straight. Left hand by the left hip. Reach out through the legs and press them down. Inhale up into the chest. Exhale, twist around to the left. Look over the left shoulder. Inhale up the front of the body. Exhale, pull with that right hand. The hand can come slightly forward as you twist yourself around to the left. Look over the left shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, release forward. Take the knees wide. Take your hands behind you, and maybe you can get your pubic bone closer to your heels. Now press the hands behind you. Take the knees down and lift the chest up. Lift your buttocks by pressing your hands and let the knees come down lower. Just let them drop. Press the feet together and then let your buttocks come down. Maybe the knees will stay wide. Roll your shoulders back. And take your knees up. And then have a blanket if you use one for Shavasana, because we're heading in that direction. So have your blanket, that's all you're gonna need. Come and lay on your back again like we started, sort of like we started, with the knees bent. Now, I'm gonna bend my knees into my chest. I'm gonna press my knees and my ankles together and flex my feet. And then take my arms out to the side, palms up, stretch the elbows straight. You're not higher than your shoulders, you're right out at shoulder height. And now I'm gonna take my knees to the right, toward the right elbow, and just hang right over that elbow with my knees and ankles together. Look up at the ceiling and stretch through the left arm. I want to resist, the left hip is going to come up, but I want to resist it back down toward the floor. Feel how that lengthens the lower back. Now, the navel, my navel is twisting to the right, but I'm going to try to draw it to the left. Feel that work in the lower back. Then take the knees up. Flatten out the lower spine. And now we're going to go to the left. So knees together. Inhale. Exhale the knees toward the left inner elbow. And just hover there as you resist the right hip back down to the floor so it doesn't come up too high. And take your navel, which is now turning toward the left, take your navel to the right. And feel how that lengthens that side of the lower back. And then knees up. We'll do one more time on each side. Knees together. Take the knees toward the right inner elbow. Feel the twist. Take the navel from the right to the left and resist the left hip back down to the floor and feel how that lengthens that side of your lower back. Reach the arms. Inhale back to center. Center yourself. Inhale. Exhale the knees toward the left side, toward the left elbow, inner elbow. Take the navel from the left to the right and resist the right hip toward the floor. Breathe. Feel the length and spreading of the lower back. Take the legs
In. Gently pull the shins and knees toward the chest. And then holding onto the shins, or the ankles, take the feet to the floor. And then we'll do just a couple of curls towards Chatuspadasana. Press the backs of your arms and lift your tailbone up. Keep your neck straight. I'm not going to look at you. Take your pubic bone up, 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 and see if you can feel how your groins have stretched today. Press up through the groins. Press the feet down. And see, maybe you can take your thoracic spine in. Walk your shoulders under you more. And press the feet and press the shoulders. And keep coming up higher. Inhale. Exhale, roll down. One vertebrae at a time. We'll do one more of those, okay? The heels in close. Lift up. Walk the shoulders underneath you. Tuck the tailbone. Feel the groin stretching. Get the thoracic spine up in between the shoulder blades. Take your chest toward your chin and lengthen your neck long in the back. And then roll down, exhale, roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. If you want a blanket for your head, it should be just under the head and neck, touching the shoulders. Reach one leg out. Reach the other leg out. Oh, you might want to pull your buttock flesh toward the heels to lengthen the lower back. Palms up by the sides, corpse pose, Shavasana. Let your bones release into the floor. Let the flesh be loose and hang over the bones. And start focusing inward. Focus inward by focusing on your breath. Drawing your air through your nostrils. Feel the brush of the air all through the nostrils and across the back of the throat. Soften and spread the back of the throat. Soften and spread the forehead. Let the eyebrows slide toward the temples. Let the temples soften and draw inward toward the brain. Let the brain cells be soft and draw away from the inner skull. Let the scalp be soft and slide on the skull. Soft, slow, smooth, steady inhalations and exhalations. Now take a deeper inhalation. Feel the air on your skin. Sense the light through your eyelids. Bend your arms and place your hands on your torso. Gently bend one knee at a time, placing the feet on the floor. And then carefully roll to your right hand side and have a couple of breaths on your right side. If you're happy just resting there, please continue to rest there. Otherwise, come to a seated position.
Thanks for joining me today. Namaste.